welcome to the garage. I'm Brian.
I'm Ed.
And this third video is going to be on some pretty heavy stuff. This is very divisive information in a lot of churches. It's caused a lot of churches to go, So, yeah, without further ado, Pastor Russ Dizdar wrote a book called The Black Awakening, Rise of the Satanic Super Soldier. And we're seeing a sharp rise in evil activity. Okay, I mean absolute evil activity. We're seeing pedophiles now calling themselves minor attracted persons online. Okay, and I got that video you sent me, the little girl being interviewed. Did you send that to me? No, Rachel sent it to me. Rachel sent it to me.
Yeah.
Thanks, sister. The little girl is over in England, and she's talking about her mommy and daddy, and she's talking about being ritually abused. Now, this little girl, I think, is maybe 10. I think at the most. And she's talking about being ritually abused and talking about them killing babies. Okay, this is hard stuff. Okay, but it happens. It's going on. Okay, it's hard for me to talk about. But anyways, here in our country, on Facebook, we'll call it Facebook. They're hypocrites. They remove posts that I post showing the truth about things. They remove stuff that Ed's posted showing the truth about things. Videos get deleted on YouTube. Censorship is heavy. And what are they trying to hide? Every day in this country, I can't remember what the number is, but a lot of children go missing. What's happening to these children? What's happening to our children? Okay? I am thankful, regardless of how things turned out, as far as my daughter goes, that my daughter made it to young adulthood. Okay? She'll be 20 in October. Keep her in prayer. But there were times when she was little that I had a few scares. Okay, and one story in particular that I always remember is I took her shopping, and I had a stroller, and everybody called it the Cadillac stroller because my daughter. I made sure she had safe and
You
nice
had a
things.
stroller.
Yes, I had a nice stroller. So I had her in the store, and I was looking for outfits for my little girl. And as a father, as a sheepdog, I keep my eyes open. I pay attention. Situational awareness. We always preach on situational awareness. But my daughter was never out of my eye shot where I couldn't see her. Corner of my eye, whatever. Peripheral vision. I always knew here's where my little girl's at. Okay? And we were in the store and I turned this way. And I see a hand reaching into her stroller. Corner of my eye. And I turned my head. Now, I've always, for as long as I can remember now, carried a gun. And I turned my head, and there's a grown man reaching into my baby girl's stroller that I don't know. Now, I've always said the most dangerous place on the planet anybody can put themselves between me and my daughter. That man just put himself between me and my daughter. And I locked eyes on him. He got caught. But I locked eyes on him. I said, what do you think you're doing? Now, I wasn't a Christian at the time, so I'm cleaning my language up. But I can promise you the look on my face was that of a sheepdog guarding a flock. Because I was ready to tear him apart. These people are out here, people. They're out here. Russ Dizdar has been warning about the satanic super soldiers and what they do. Why these kids, I believe a lot of these kids are going missing. They're being abducted by these people. And they're being ritually abused. The little girl from England, you can look the video up.
I was going to say, explain what a satanic super soldier is.
Okay,
in a
satanic
nutshell.
super soldier.
Read the book, by the way.
Yeah, you need to
but
get
in a nutshell.
Russ Dizdar's book, Black Awakening, Rise of the Satanic Super Soldier. You can go to shatterthedarkness.net to get the book.
Go in the link down.
Link in description. But a satanic super soldier, the term is SRA/MPD. That's satanic ritually abused multiple personality disorder. What happens to a human being, to their mental faculties, when so many horrific things are presented to them or done to them? It causes what's called a schism or a split of the personality, creating a new personality so that the original personality can hide from what's happening to it. They then take that new personality and they demonize it through rituals. And they continue this process to where you might have somebody with 20 different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Each personality has a different job. Each personality has a different demon.
Mm-hmm.
Each is demonized in a different way. So you might have an assassin, you might have a seductress,
Yep.
you might have, you don't know.
Yep.
And the
So,
scary thing about these people is they can be next to you in the grocery store, on the other side of the gas pump, standing next to you in church, and you would never even know it.
yeah. And then when Satan decides, okay, I need this person to do this thing or whatever, flips the switch and that person does what they're programmed to do.
Yeah, and that's a singular example.
Yeah,
And
yes.
we see that in the news. You know, when you see somebody flipping out, screeching, screaming, and just
Mm-hmm.
beyond reasoning with. I believe
Yep.
what we're witnessing here is people who have been ritually abused, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
And as a person gets older that's been through that, the barriers
Yeah,
between
the
the
walls break down.
personalities, the walls, start to
Yep.
break down, and they are no longer able to function as
Yep.
a reasonable adult.
And that's why they keep grabbing kids and keep doing it because they have to keep the
Yeah, well, you got to keep creating new ones.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
keep the numbers correct,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. This stuff has been going on for a long time, and
Yeah.
the Nazis did it.
Yeah, I'm sure
And
that's
then,
been going on since Jesus' time was brought forth.
I don't know if it's been going on since then. I mean, Russ would know that answer.
Well, yeah,
better
I'm
than
saying
me.
there's demon possessions in the
Oh,
Bible,
demon
so
possessions,
I'm like,
absolutely. But
yeah,
multiple
I'm just saying, yeah,
personality disorder.
well, I'm just saying, yeah,
demonized
they got to
personality.
get to that point,
Well,
They're doing research.
The Nazis did this stuff in Germany. Okay, and then of course our government, in its wisdom, after the end of World War II, decided Operation Paperclip and brought the Nazis here.
Yep.
See, the Nazis didn't really lose. They were not a political group. They were an occult group.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest about that. And
Yep.
so they brought them here, and they continued these practices here.
Yep.
Okay, and now as to where at one time in the world there was maybe 100,000, there are millions of these people.
Yep.
Millions. And the Nazis had a thing that was called the Night of the Long Knives. And that's what that was Hitler had a group of guys, the brown shirts,
Mm-hmm.
and they went out and they eliminated everybody that stood against Hitler. Now, these people consider themselves the army of the Antichrist. So their job is going to be, when activated, to go out and eliminate everybody that disagrees with the Antichrist.
Yep.
Now, I believe that this is potentially going to happen before the rapture.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to warn about it. And this is what's caused a lot of consternation and arguments and stuff in churches because it's so disturbing. But I have this question for you. You read the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the guidebook to the supernatural. You believe in the supernatural, right? Why is this so hard to believe? If you've read Revelations, which a lot of preachers are not preaching Revelations.
Yeah.
They're not even touching it. They stay away from Daniel. They stay away from Revelations. They use the little cutesy story in Daniel of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't touch the rest of it where Daniel sees the beast coming out of the ocean.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah, because a lot of them probably don't even understand themselves.
Well, that's the thing. To understand Revelations, read Daniel. Because Daniel is a foreshadowing of what's coming in Revelations in the end days, which we are in now.
Yep.
So when these people are activated, they're going to be activated everywhere. They're in the military, they're in law enforcement, they're in churches, grocery stores, schools. They're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think they're not. And if you don't understand spiritual warfare, you need to start learning spiritual warfare. ShadowTheDarkness.net. Pastor Russ Drizar has tons and tons and tons of learning.
When does that man ever sleep?
Yeah, I wonder.
Man.
But, Ed and Dave, they've been studying the Black Awakening materials for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have as much time as I do on my hands. I blasted through it like a year, I think, or maybe a little less. But it took a while.
Yeah.
Okay? And things that Pastor Russ talks about, Acts 2, 4, 6, and 8, Revelation 19:19. and I added Ephesians 6, the full armor of God. We actually remember that study we did the last time Dave was with us. We did that study on the armor of God,
Mm-hmm.
and what we did was we took it apart, the components of the armor, understand the operation of each one of the components and how they operate as a whole.
Yeah.
Okay. These are studies that Christians need to do
Yes.
because this stuff's coming. Okay.
Yep.
And I did, the other video ran over a bit long, so I'm going to try to keep this part down a little bit. But the other thing I
Two
want to,
separate videos.
yeah, huh?
No, I'm just
Okay.
I'm just saying separate videos, but it
Yeah,
doesn't matter how
I
long
know,
the other one
I
ran.
know. But the other thing is your preparations. We've talked about prepping innumerable times.
Mhm.
When this stuff busts loose, power's going to go down. Okay, you may not get water service. Do you have water filtration? Okay,
Mhm.
do you have a way to keep things cold? Do you have a generator? Do you have something? Do you have dry food storage? Do you have medical supplies? And yes, I know a lot of Christians out there say, "Oh, I can do. I'm not going to own it." And there's a lot of people out there with an unreasoning fear of an inanimate object. This is a
Mhm.
tool, just like any other tool, only as good as
Yep.
bad as the person holding it.
Yep.
Okay, so if you're a Christian with an unreasoning fear of an inanimate object, you need to get
Yep.
over it now.
Yep.
Because the time's coming.
That's almost the same stuff as this. This is a tool.
Yeah.
That's a tool.
Yeah.
I drink.
Yeah. And you're going to have the means with which to be able to defend your family and those around you, Christian. And, because it was somebody that I was talking to and a family that I love dearly, I'm going to leave names out of respect because I love them to pieces. But if you have a family member that has that unreasoning fear of an inanimate object, a gun, okay, you need to break them of it. Okay,
Yes.
they might be resistant, they might get mad, they might throw
Yep.
a fit, but
Yep.
inevitably, eventually, they're going to thank you because you did.
Yep. Yeah, they can complain about it so the cows come home, as they say.
Yeah.
But if it saves your life,
yeah,
let them complain. Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to say,
Don't
ladies,
lose your marriage over it. But
yeah, don't lose your marriage over it. But ladies, do not limit the man in your
come
house.
on,
Who
let
is
him protect you.
Yeah, let him protect you. Let him be the man God designed him and created him to be.
And in my opinion, ladies, get your own and protect yourself.
Please.
And protect him.
My mom carries.
Watch his back. You watch his back. Everybody's watching everyone's back.
My mom carries.
Everyone's
and I
carrying.
had to harp at her because she had a gun, she had a permit, and she would leave the gun at the house.
Yep.
And I said, well, now, what good's that gun going to do you sitting here at the house if you're out? It's not going to do you any good at all.
Collect dust.
It's just the same thing as the person with the unreasoning fear of the gun.
Mm-hmm.
That does you no good whatsoever. All you're doing is creating a unsecure situation for yourself and for those that you say you love.
Yep.
So, ladies, let your man and yourself avail yourself of the tools that are at hand to be able to defend
legally.
yourself. Do it legally.
Get your training.
Yeah.
Get your permits.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You've
like your
probably
mom.
got
Your mom has her
friends
permit.
that have guns, that know how to use guns properly and safely, that can show you how to do it.
Yeah. There's plethora of places to teach you.
Yeah. But if you don't want to pay,
if
and you've got a family member or a friend that is a gun owner and knows how to use them safely, then let them teach you.
Yep.
Okay?
YouTube videos. I mean, there's
tons of stuff. There's videos on YouTube, for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
But no video on YouTube can replace in person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Hold it there. Do that. Pull this back.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, and I'm going to pull it out again, but it's not that hard to understand that you take the gun, and hang on a second, folks, but I'm going to unload it for a second, okay? Because I don't want anybody out there going, oh, he's pointing to load again.
Oh, and he had one in the chamber. You had one in the chamber?
Yes,
there's one in the chamber.
There's always one in the chamber.
Always one.
But it's not that hard to teach somebody that you pick the gun up like this, finger goes down the side of the gun like this. You leave that there until you're ready to fire.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right, don't even touch that trigger.
Yeah, these are basics. Magazine goes in the gun like this till it goes click. Now you do this. Now the gun is loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The gun is ready to fire.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have a decocker.
Yep.
But you put it on safe. And me personally, I prefer a double action because I don't like carrying anything that's cocked all the time, double action. And I
Mine's
know a
single
lot of
action.
people. Now, I want to say a lot of people are going to say that safety is right here.
Double action and single action, by the way, means I don't have a hammer.
Yeah.
He does have a hammer.
Yeah. And if I pull the trigger, that hammer goes back and the gun
Nice,
fires.
cute little gun, isn't it?
You know.
By the way, just so, for the record, this is the exact same gun his mom carries.
Yep.
And my mom carries.
Yeah, guys, don't fall into the guy trap of I gotta get a big.
I do
gun
have my
for
big
that.
45 though.
Yeah, he's got a big 45. But
I
don't
carry
fall
mine
into the
on.
trap. I gotta get a big gun, carry a big gun because I'm a big guy. No, you don't. A 9mm compact, subcompact,
Yep.
regular size, whatever, will do just fine.
Yep. Because I like this one because hey, you can't have a gun in there.
Yeah.
Well, not that I'm breaking the law by putting
Yeah.
that in my front pocket and
Yeah.
walking in.
But back to the Black Awakening.
This,
We rabbit.
what the
trailed.
video is about.
We rabbit trailed.
Yes.
But
Steer the rabbit back on path.
you're gonna need guns and stuff for these people
Yes.
because you cannot reason with them.
No.
Okay, we're coming to
Yep.
a point, a tipping point, and I said this on Facebook. I think we're coming to a tipping point. We're seeing riots. We're seeing violence for the sake of violence.
Yep.
And
People just murdering just for the.
Yeah.
fact
When
that
I read a
they
story of a young
get away with
couple
it.
who got carjacked, a young man and young woman, they got carjacked. Okay, it was 4 men and 1 woman. They raped the young man. Yeah, I'm saying these things. I want to shock you awake. Okay, they raped the young man, cut off his, you know what, set him on fire, and then shot him to death. And the young woman had an even worse fate for the next few days.
Yeah, they kept her around for a toy.
They kept her around for a toy. They raped her, beat her, and I'm going to tell you something. Oh, I don't need to get a gun. Let me tell you what else they did. They cut her breasts off. Then they killed her. These people are out there, folks.
Yep.
Okay.
And people will argue, well, even if she had a gun, they still probably but she could have maybe defended her. You know what I'm saying?
Let me.
You don't have the option at all if you ain't got it.
These people were not armed at the time. I don't think. I don't know if they were armed or not.
Yeah.
Where the carjacking happened. But I got news for you. You take any common thug that comes up to your car or tries to break into your home, and you pull a weapon out, and they know you've got a gun. 9 times out of 10, they're going to run unless they're on drugs or they're one of these satanic super soldiers.
Yep.
Folks, we got to be prepared. We got to be ready. Period.
Yes.
There's coming a time, and a lot of people say, well, as a Christian, we're not supposed to kill. Thou shalt not kill. Luke 22:36, where the Prince of Peace himself says, like him who has a cloak or purse, take him and sell him by a sword. Why would Jesus give us that warning?
Yeah.
Why would Jesus start off with, as it was in the days of Noah when they asked him about the sign of his coming? Or the days of Noah, like people were running. Yeah, they were running around getting married and crap, but they weren't getting. I mean, we had giants in the land. There was evil everywhere. People were murdering and killing.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yep, lawless.
Noah and his family were the only ones God found.
Yeah. That's why there's.
Okay.
Am I correct in saying that's why there is a lot of laws and rules
Yes.
in the Old Testament because it was a lawless land?
Yeah. And all of our laws today, most of them anyway, are based upon, guess what? The 10 Commandments. It's illegal to kill somebody, isn't it? Yep. 10 Commandments says thou shalt not kill.
But it doesn't say thou shalt not defend yourself.
Doesn't say that.
No.
No.
It means premeditated, walking up and just shooting someone.
We did a thing on that when I talked about Tertullian, and I talked about the proper application of the sword and when it's right to draw your sword, when it's not right. If you're drawing your sword in vengeance, you're incorrect. If you're drawing your sword in anger, you're incorrect. Okay? If you're drawing your sword in the defense of others, of innocence, of life, you are correct. Keep that in mind.
All day long and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, all day long, twice on Sunday, boys. But guys, please keep these things in mind.
Yes.
Because this stuff is coming. I don't care if pew babies want to face it or not. I don't care if snowflakes want to hear it.
Yeah, please don't get this information and then go, my brain, I can't think today. Sorry. Paranoid.
Yeah.
Get paranoid. Yes. Not everyone around you is a satanic super soldier.
Not everyone.
Not everyone.
Pray for spiritual.
Yes. You have to.
Pray that God will show you.
Yes.
Help you to be aware spiritually. Help you to be aware You know, physically, mentally, everything.
physically,
Okay.
yes.
Pray
If you're
for that.
prepared, you're not scared.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't walk around
Yep.
scared.
It's the ones that aren't prepared, don't have knowledge, and that's what scares them.
I have to give everybody a caution though. If you pray, and I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
If you pray and ask God, Lord, I want to see a little bit of what you see, or Lord, can you show me these people? I want you to understand something.
Mhm.
Don't pray that prayer if you don't know that book.
Mm-hmm.
If your prayer life ain't rock solid and your knowledge of that word ain't rock solid, do not pray that
Yeah,
prayer.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know God or even pretend to understand what His thinking is, but I don't think He would show you if you wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Because He knows what it'd do to you.
Well, I still say as a caution.
Yeah,
As
even
a
after you're
caution,
prepared, it's
because
still.
the enemy can show you himself too.
Yep.
Okay, so do not pray that prayer unless you're ready.
Yep.
Please.
Yeah. Everybody knows what happens and knows what a car wreck looks like, but when you look at it for the first time, and you're like, oh, shock.
Well, this is a bit
So
worse.
it's like, yeah,
This is a
I'm
bit
saying,
worse.
yeah, and that's down
Okay.
here on the scale.
This is 100 times worse, because now you're opening yourself up into the realm of spiritual warfare, and you ain't
Mhm.
ready for it.
Yeah, because now they see you too.
Yeah. There was a movie actually that term was used. That if you can see them, they can see you.
Mm-hmm.
Now they can see you anyway.
Oh yeah. But now you're on the radar.
Yeah, but now you're really on the radar. So
They're like,
make sure
hey,
you're
that
ready.
guy knows there's.
Get ready spiritually, get ready physically, get ready mentally.
Yes.
Preps, first aid, arm up, ammo,
Yep.
the whole 9 yards, man.
Yep.
Okay? And as always, you can leave comments below. If anybody has any questions on any of this,
Mm-hmm.
or what can I do to be ready? What can I do to prep?
Yes.
How do I get saved?
Yeah, where to start at?
Yeah, you got to get saved first, man.
Mm-hmm.
Non-Christian, don't be getting into this stuff, because you really, really ain't ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If you don't know Jesus Christ, get to know Him today as your Lord and Savior. Ask Him into your heart and your life. Follow Him. Read His Word. Find
Yes.
a good church with a pastor that's fearless, because you're going to need it.
Yes.
God bless, guys.